How blessed were we to grow up with Vermont. The house itself sort of feels like a grandparent, storing all of our family memories and patiently waiting to be visited. The house was always quirky yet reliable, cozy yet expansive, full of treasures and oddities. Bubby's rocking chair, the jukebox, the pinball machine, Pop's woodshop, the mile-long DVD and VHS collection, closets full of decades-worn winter clothes, never-lit Yankee candles blanketed in dust, the wraparound deck overlooking the mountains and valleys, blueberry pies, bears, Hanukkahs, New Year's. There aren't many places I can visit in my mind the way I can our house on Shincracker Way. The sights, tastes, smells, textures, and memories will remain with me always. How blessed were we to grow up with Vermont.
And so we decided to build the house of our dream. It was hard. It took like 2-3 years to build.
It took about 30 years to use up the wood that we had from the original trees coming down when we built the house. That wood was just used up.
I just remember waking up and the house being in like full swing. Like you come up in the morning and there's already like 10 people going crazy. And we stopped even using the house as collective. Now we all circulate. But back then it was like an attempt to get everybody together.
The cereals in the plastic.
Oh yeah, the cereals in the plastic containers. God forbid you need fresh Cheerios after 12 months of not going there.
I love to do nothing. It's like where you go to like just escape and like watch movies on the projector, like get a fire going, like usually like you're sipping some wine or some like hot toddy or hot chocolate, like you're just like chilling out. Monster flusher who literally just like yells at you when you flush it. It's like
Satan had just like reincarnated and was gonna like bite your arm off. It's like
Vermont kind of became my happy place and my safe place. Like after 9/11 and like after I got sick, it kind of was like the only place I looked forward to being in, because it's just all the worries of the world went away.
We bought the pinball machine and the jukebox because I had my bar mitzvah at home. So in the we had it down in the basement at the house in Woodbury. And at the time they were old, you know, they were bought pretty old and they were kind of antique-y.
You know, listening to songs on the jukebox, listening to Queen and other things for the first time, and then, you know, piquing my interest in old music all started from all those songs on the jukebox.
The story with the sailfish was your father never really caught the sailfish. It was really, I think, either my dad and then we kind of said, "Hey, Alan, hey, you want to hold this for a second?" But let your dad think he caught it. He can take credit.
Did Dad actually catch the fish in the basement?
Yes. When Bubby moved out of her house, she had in the basement my grandmother's old stove.
For a long time I used it, but I haven't in a long
Do
time.
you use the dropper when you're up there?
Yeah, I've used it a few times.
Oh,
I had
good.
to buy new chemicals, obviously.
Those chemicals are like 30 years old.
Nobody has ever seen all those.
We've seen them all.
All of them?
They're old. They're very old.
Your father won't let me throw them out.
I just remember Pop would go to J&R and he would buy like 100 movies, and they were movies that he didn't even ever want to watch.
Probably never watched any movies from the staircase of all of them, but they're not worth taking down because they're aesthetically just kind of fascinating and cool. It's almost like an art exhibit or an aesthetic now. Like, I don't think that should ever be taken down, but it has no function.
I would lock myself in the bedroom and, by the windows, overlooking, as it were, the Deerfield Valley, at the desk, that's where I would sit, and that's where I would compose my Yontif sermons.
And we would throw food up to him every once in a while.
The smell, because every time I come back, it just has it has the same smell for all its years, and just this homey, like, it's been cooked in, it's been lived in, it's wood, like I always smell like cedar or whatever, and like we always have the fire going, so all the fire like smells like coming through. So I think the smell is like the most like nostalgic feeling, smell, scent, and yeah, I think that's what I really, really love about it. And that it's filled with like all the it's pieces of everybody's old stuff from like their old houses or apartments or like wherever they lived. Like, it's just a collection of all of our family's stuff, and I just think that's really special.
I've been loving the whole recording studio there and working on music in the office room that it's not history I'm familiar with, but that's like a room that Grandpa and our dad, all of our dads, probably did a lot of crazy work in. So there's something cool about working like 3 generations in the same room. I really like that feeling. I love sitting in the chair by that window when it's really quiet at night and you can just hear it makes me feel like how being an old man is actually gonna be really cool.
The view we have with the sunrises every morning, I love that. And we can actually see New Hampshire from the park deck.
It's like so nice to just go out there and look at the view and just like take in the fresh air. That's probably my favorite thing to do there. And you can just see like all the mountains and stuff, and it's really pretty like in the summer and the winter. It's just like such a nice thing to look at.
To go to Mount Snow and go up on the Bluebird in the summer and like have a picnic on top of there. It's like the most amazing views. It's the prettiest thing, all the wildflowers and all the trees.
It contains the contents of the house is filled with my lifetime of memories. So it's it's nice to be there, and when there's nothing to do, which is most of the time when you're up there, you can explore different nooks and crannies, and closets and cabinets, and find nostalgia to look through.
Star-studded celestial canopy at night, that is just spectacular.
The level of star visibility is flooring. I think I've seen more shooting stars on that deck than even in like fake Disney movies.
Our favorite place to go out to eat is actually for breakfast, and it's always to go to this place called Dots. It's like a little diner, and they just have the best pancakes, best waffles.
It's our home away from home, and it's one that obviously captures the spirit, the imagination, the memories, as it were, of years gone by, and a destination, whether by winter or summer, that we all look so forward to.